Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is the May favorites video. As you know, I was away for half of the month, for 2 weeks in Croatia, and that made me play with very little amount of decks, because I'm usually one of those people who love to play with many decks. But I also noticed whenever I go away, that I take, obviously for obvious reasons, I don't take all my decks with me. I take maybe one, two, three, up to three decks with me, and that allows me to actually get to know a deck and spend more time with just one deck. And the decks I picked I took with me for this month of May for my trip were three decks. I took Tarot de Saint Croix, and I have spoken about this deck before. It seriously is one of my favorite decks ever, and also definitely a favorite of May. Um, I love the little book. It's very cool. It's poignant. It's very quick, short sentences, few sentences for a card, but it sparked my intuition, and I really enjoy it. And Tarot de Saint Croix became a trusted friend during my stay away. I've also noticed that it reads for people very well. So I have been using this deck for readings, and I seriously cannot say loudly enough how much I love this deck. So Tarot de Saint Croix, I showed it before, and these are the packs. It's a beautiful deck, a great reader, and I'm glad it became such a good friend to me. Another deck that I took with me to Croatia, because I still keep learning and using it, is the Orasoma Tarot. I've got the bottled version, and I also really enjoy playing with this deck. It's a different type of deck. You probably won't like it too much if you're not into angels and kind of this spiritual take on things, but spiritual in a way of ascended masters, angels, and so on and so on, because spirituality can be anything, you know. The most earthy deck can be a spiritual deck for somebody. You don't have to have those kind of new age like images to think it's a spiritual deck, but definitely this deck suits itself very well for spiritual type of questions, more on the exploration side. So I really enjoy it. My favorite, Ace of Cups. I've been also taking this bottle. It's beautiful, beautiful bottle. It's a Ace of Cups, so it's a watery bottle, pale blue over pale blue, connected to El Moria. And it's interesting because I'm a fire air person. I don't have too much water in my chart. I don't have any earth, and this feelings, sometimes I think of my feelings. I've got moon in Libra, so it's I love taking something or like working on my emotional state of mind and on my emotions in general. Connecting to my emotions is one of my lessons this lifetime, and not to kind of brush over them and laugh at them, because as a Sagittarius you kind of, it's okay, it's going to be fine, it's just easy to take them away. Like, you don't want to feel the pain, or you don't want to feel disappointment, you don't want to feel frustration and any of the sometimes even good feelings. It's just too much. So this deck is great, and I've been using this book a lot for it. Also the Orasoma Tarot book, but I like this one because it's got lots of information which just helps to go deeper into the cards. From the books, I also took with me this Tarot at Crossroads, and I loving this book. It's a cool book. I love the therapeutic approach. I tried some of the ideas they put out in this book. I quite like also what they write about the cards at the end. So it's an interesting book. And another deck which I took with me, and the last of my favorites for this month, was the Herbal Tarot. I love herbs, so I've connected mullein and rosemary, which grows there like in millions, and it's amazing. And thyme with this lemony scent. Also some What else do I have? I can't remember now, but I've been walking around Croatia and the mountains and just picking up those herbs. I dry them now. So this deck, Herbal Tarot, it's great for springtime for me because it awakens my love for herbs even more. And I love the book that comes with it too. You can learn quite a lot about the herbs. And yeah, if you like nature walks and stuff, you can use this deck also for just learning about herbs, which is cool. I also want to show you 3 crystals that I found especially loving. One is the Mangano calcite. It's this pale pink. I don't know if you can see, maybe a little bit. And I love these stones. They're very rare, and I would love to have like a better quality one. Just a little bit more pink. And then I also love this blue calcite. I got it just before I went to Croatia. I went to a crystal fair and I got this poundstone. Love the shape, the feel it gives me. And there's tiny little quartz which has so many rainbows, but I'm not sure if it's going to show. Maybe not really, but this whole wall, it's kind of full of rainbows. And I love this, that the big quartz carries the smaller one on the back. So these 3 went with me to Croatia. They were swimming in the seas and got cleansed and so on. I also want to share with you this amazing wand which I made. Like, it's got this massive Lemurian smoky with some chlorite on the side, and it's amazing. So cool. And then I added this spider charm I brought from Thailand, and this amazing driftwood which I brought from Thailand. So it's quite a, it's maybe not huge wand, but it's quite a powerful to hold big wand. And spider medicine is showing up everywhere right now. I think spiders are on the go, and I love spiders. I love the connotation of spiders with weaving, with the web, with paralyzing even, you know, and getting rid of whatever is paralyzed, and just the ability to keep the space clean, you know. There's just something about spiders, their webs get renewed, and yeah, just I love it. Wither of Destiny, the spider. And there is a tiny little chakra wand with this cute kind of peach-like colored quartz. And I thought like it feels very nice for the sacral chakra, or maybe even for the solar plexus a little bit, but mostly like 3 bottom chakras. So this one is also made recently. And the last thing I want to share with you is my May month card, and these were the lovers, and how the lovers kind of manifested for me this month was, first of all, that I spent a lot of time with my husband. We went away again, so we just hang out together quite a lot. So it was definitely half of the month was connected to being in a relationship, close relationship. At the same time, the 6, as I felt this month, the lovers a lot as a 6. So a lot of friends from the past resurfaced. So when we go visit Croatia, we have friends there, which we visit like every year. So they kind of popped up. So that reminded me of 6 of Cups for some reason. But in general, a 6. So the the circle of friends. Also some older memories that came up because we've been to these places before. So I kind of revisiting things from the past and renewing the love for this place also. Decision-wise, wasn't so much like in my face, but definitely kind of loving the nature and the natural beauty. So quite a lot of harmony and beauty in this card for me. The lovers from Jeanne Dodal in Tarot de Marseille, as we can see, always it's a time in your life when a change needs to be made. It's not only the blind love, even though you can feel it. So there is quite a lot of levels to this particular card. It can be a level of, like, you know, being in a relationship, having to make a choice about 2 people whom do you love more type of thing. It could be a choice of choosing between, let's say, your parental love and your romantic love, and you could fall in love blindly. You can get shot by an arrow of ears, and your life can uh, turn over a little bit. So this card has a lot of meanings and all depends on the contest, but I wanted to show you a few of the lovers cards I pulled. Lovers also is about, to me, about uniting, like a sacred marriage of opposites, a little bit like temperance, but as temperance is kind of uniting elemental powers, here I think you unite more the feminine and masculine aspects of yourself. And this card in shadow can speak a lot about projections, because you're constantly faced, with the other person, and what else, what other than the personal relationships that show us, are like a mirror to us and show us where we're projecting stuff, where we cross our boundaries, where we, um, not getting really hold of our emotions and bursting them and blaming other people or quarreling about shit. So, and this is from Osho Zen Tarot. I love the Anna Kay lovers. So they all there, which is nice, because usually you don't see it on lovers card. And also I think she gives you in the booklet the explanation that there is a choice involved in this card, because real love is a choice. You fall in love and then it's going by itself, but then when you actually are living with somebody and making a choice every day to stay with this person, to evolve with this person, to be together, this is a choice. And this is what they were making, a choice every day since they met till they got older. So that's lovely. There's this romantic love, of course, the lovers from romantic, Victorian romantic. This, I love the aspect of this lovers card. It's the first stages of love, when you're just in love and it's all rosy and wonderful. Nobody ever has anything you have to worry about. And then this is from the Femme Erotique Tarot, the soul's deepest need. I love this, because what else is love when not to respond to your own soul's deepest need when you choose a partner to be with, and also you care about the person you are with, and then you want them to be happy too. And the same kind of idea comes from the Tarot of Transformation, love in the highest octave. So there's also the sexual love, the physical connection, emotional, but also the spiritual connection, when this bird symbolizes this unity of spirit, which is lovely. Die Liebenden, so the lovers from the Kitika Hain Tarot, very happy deck, but it's got the snake, it's got the tree, it's got the angel, it's got all the symbols from the traditional tarot, so that's lovely. The lovers from the wooden tarot, I love them. The little hummingbirds, they often a symbol of joy and love and strength. And we have the green heart, which is beating the rose, or the flower, which is blossoming. So it's beautiful connection. The Wildwood Tarot, there's the hand fasting, so a decision is made to be together. And there's the birch tree, which is the white goddess, there's freshness, the new beginning. There's the symbol of sexual connection also, there's lilies. So that's beautiful pagan kind of depiction. The lovers from Druidcraft, the gentleness of connection, but also the physicality of it, and the danger of falling asleep. And then the devil in this deck is also kind of coming from behind and luring, so you've got to be also aware of your choices. I love this one from the Animal Wisdom Tarot, the Heart Awakener. Gorgeous bees on the community, pink flowers, sunny. It's just lovely vibe and creative vibe, like you're working together towards something. And this is the Alexander Andreev's Tarot. So that's Tarot de Marseille, as I said before. The Elemental Tarot, it's about choice and passion. Whatever I will happens to me. So this is your choice. You make a choice, and that's what's happening. Mary L. Tarot, the swirly, connecting, blessing of the star, kind of, if it's the right time, the right person, you know, you can create something amazing. And the yin yang feel to it. So the unity of opposing forces. Same as here, you've got the lunar path and the solar path, and they're connecting. And you can either walk together, walk separate, you know, but you've got a choice. Beautiful Lovers from Margaret Peterson, also black and white, and the snake of transformation, two people facing each other but also creating like a new face. The Lovers from Nigel Jackson Tarot. These guys were just hit by eros, I think, shot with an arrow. There's a rose, there's a book, there's this beautiful kind of peaceful feel to it. These guys are quite passionate. On the other hand, moth has this ability to send out pheromones. So the male moth kind of follows the female moth. So it's a lot of sexuality and sensuality, and the passionate kind of losing yourself in your emotion. And I also love this G-spot and like a vulva-like passionate, sexual, physical lovers from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. So here we see two women, but I love just the idea of this unity through sexual connection, which is lovely too. So this is the Lovers for the May, and my June card is King of Cups. So let's see how that goes, but I will share about it another time at the end of June. Thank you for watching. See you soon.